Hey there. Good day. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here, but you can call me Pajama Grandma. In this episode, I want to talk about how well do you know your industry and what does that have to do with supersizing and growing and creating the business that you want, that you desire? Well, it's very important because what industry you choose to participate in is going to determine all of the other decisions you're going to make about your business and about how you go about doing what it is that you do. So first off, what industry are you in? Do you know what industry you're in? Think about the old horse and buggy days. If horse and buggy providers had realized that they were in the transportation industry, instead of going out of business, they probably would have come up with other solutions. When Henry Ford was about designing the automobile, they probably would have been more open to jumping on the bandwagon and finding other modes of transportation along with Henry Ford versus becoming obsolete and going out of business. That's why it's important to know what industry you're in. There are so many new technologies on the horizon now. I recently started learning about augmented reality. I never even heard of or knew anything about augmented reality until recently. No, I'm not in that industry, but how can that industry and what they're doing impact what I'm doing in my business? How can I use that to serve my customers better? So you want to know, number one, what industry you're in. So let's use an example as I go through this today and talk a little bit about, let's say, the hospitality industry. Say I own a restaurant and I'm in the hospitality industry. Why is that important? Because that helps me determine, why do I exist? Why am I even out there having a restaurant? Is it because I want to feed people at the very core level? Or is it because I want to provide a great experience for them? Because all of those things come out of what industry I'm in, why I'm in that industry. Why does that industry exist in the first place? Why is there a hospitality industry? Why do restaurants exist? Well, to make it easy for people to get their needs met. Everybody's got to eat every day, several times a day, right? And restaurants provide an amazing service to help make sure that people get fed without having to do all of the work and expending all of the energy themselves to plant and harvest and create the foods that they want to eat. I think that's part of why we're so heavy these days, is because food is so readily available. So where do you fit in that industry and in that ecosystem? What's your spot? I like to call this, and I've learned a lot of things about the red ocean. That's where everybody is competing against each other, kind of in the same field. How many restaurants are there in your area? Think about the competition. How much competition is there in your industry and in the business area that you compete in? In my small town, there's 100 different restaurants, 100. And I'm talking, I live in a very, very small town. So there's a lot of competition in the restaurant industry. Also, do you know that in any industry, in any business, there is a proven scientific success system? There is a framework in any industry for success. Do you know what that is? Do you know what that framework is? Do you know, and can you boil the success framework down to a formula? Now you can tell I'm an engineer because I want to boil everything down to a formula. But in every industry, restaurants are no exception. Any industry, any business, there's a success formula, and there's certain things that people that are successful in that business and in that industry do time and time again. Now, on top of that, there's their unique spin, and we're going to talk about that tomorrow as we talk about how well do you know your business. But today, it's just how well do you know your industry? Do you know the success formula? And if you know it, are you using it? Because there's a difference between knowing it and using it. And maybe you don't even realize that there is a success formula. Let's take our restaurant example just for a second. I'm not going to go through all the details of it, but there is a clearly success formula for having a restaurant in any location. Number one of the things you have to consider is the location, the cuisine, the people that you're going to serve, and the people, are there a bunch of people that would be attracted to your type cuisine? How much competition is there in your area? What is the customer experience going to be like? What are you going to do for your customers that other people don't do? And again, we'll get into this in the details of how well do you know your business, but that's just some of the things that create a success formula. Do you have systems and processes and procedures in place that provide a consistent quality result? And it doesn't have to necessarily be, think McDonald's, high quality. It just has to be consistent. People eat at McDonald's all over the world because they know what they're going to get. They know what they can expect. Does McDonald's make the best hamburger and the best fries in the world? They might make the best fries. That's up for debate. But they definitely do not make the best hamburger in the world. They don't make the best chicken sandwich. They don't make the best fish sandwich. They don't make the best salad. They don't make the best coffee, although their coffee's really good too. And I think there's an argument for the yumminess of their ice cream cones. But McDonald's is McDonald's, and it's successful because they have a consistent model of success, and everyone follows the success model. That is the key to success in any business and in any industry. Do you know the framework, and are you following it? Because if you don't follow it, you're going to struggle. Now, can you tweak it and be the leader in your industry? Absolutely, positively. I would encourage you to do that, to do things your own way. And we'll talk about that. And how well do you know your business? But for right now, think about your industry. Think about the business you're in. Think about the competition. See if you can't, before tomorrow, boil down and figure out at least some of the key components of the framework and the formula for success in your industry. That's it. Go out, make it a fantastic day. I will, of course, be with you tomorrow. Bye.